Okay, take two. I don't know why that cut off. Probably has something to do with my battery. But I'm not sorry I took the vaccine at all. I feel like it does give you a sense of hope that you're going to walk around not in fear. Now I'm an I'm an anxious person anyway, so I worry about everything. But like for once, I think it's probably founded because it's a serious thing. You never know how it's going to affect you. But I do think that knowing and just having the here's what you can expect. You know, have some Allegra, have some Tylenol, alternate it with ibuprofen. Don't plan a huge day the next day. I think that those things just give yourself the time. And if I've gotten one thing out of this, it's the world is crazy. I mean, and there's no, it's so much less stable than it was. So the stability really has to come from us, and it has to come from inside of us, and we have to. What gives me stability is knowledge, and the knowledge that here's how you're gonna feel, and I think it's wrong to gloss over things like that, and thinking that you're gonna scare people, or thinking that me doing this video would keep somebody from getting it. I think it's the opposite. I think it's the unknown that really makes people afraid. At least me. Like, I mean, there could be, but like I was just walking across my room and I stepped in Goose's pee, I guess, and tracked it across the floor. If I had seen it before I stepped in it, it wouldn't have been nearly as aggravating because I would have avoided it and not tracked it. Gabe's in there looking at me like, but it's kind of like that. I also have periodontal dermatitis, which I haven't had flare up in a few years. So that's fun. But, sometimes it's about dressing up and making pretty pictures and feeling good about how you look. And sometimes it's about being human and being really real and trying to share your knowledge that people need in order to make good decisions and to feel good about the decisions they make and be prepared for things. I try to do that with everything I do. Whether I'm doing Botox or facelift or filler. And I think that when you do that, whether people choose to have something or not, at least it creates a sense of comfort because that feeling of unknown, whether you're wondering your husband knows while you're sitting at home pregnant, whatever it is, once you know, it's so much easier. Like you just need to know, and I think that's what, for me, being a physician and is about being able to provide that for people. It's not, I love making people feel good. I love making people look good. I love the face. I love the angles. I love the shadows. I love photography. I love taking before and after pictures and putting them next to each other. And it literally lights me up from the inside out to see somebody look in a mirror after something and they feel happy and they recognize themselves good. But the joy that's greater than that is the joy of being able to provide that service of here's what you need, and sometimes it's here's what you don't need, and being able to give people the education. I do feel like there's some fields and there's some things in life where the information seems to be harder to find than others, and people that have that information tend to hold on to it and make you feel that somehow it's almost like, even there are plenty of physicians that do it, but they kind of hold on to information and it as if they know what's best. And And I think that maybe they do, but most people don't. Like, most of, whether you're deciding if you want filler or a facelift, you're part of that decision. That's not my decision to make alone. It's where are you in life? Like, so I think that what's good for you now, because if you don't get involved in your own decisions, whether it's medical or cosmetic or you can cook for dinner, you end up missing something. And I think that people are so much more intelligent than they get credit for when people just try to tell you things. I think as women that probably happens more. And I think we have to work harder to get the information sometimes. But we just never believe people. I mean, I guess that's why the population continues. Because I've been like this at a young age. I mean, where do I would just have like dogs. But that's okay. Because life has shaped me and taught me things. It's taught me that I like information. I like truth. I value it above anything else in the world and everything I do. And I try to give it back, and it makes me feel good. So I'm not making this to dissuade anyone from having anything. I just think you need to know. I think that not telling you, thinking you wouldn't have it because somehow someone else knows better is ridiculous. So give yourself a few days, chill out, have it, reward yourself with something good. I mean, a lot of people are enjoying the little boost in their day. And I guess this is my version of that no makeup cycle. Only it's worse. It's not. How's your card day? Well, so Goose, that's what I was saying in my last video in the cutoff, is Goose mouthed a rat. And so we have to get him over that, which it wasn't very easy. But you do what you have to do for your dogs. He's fine. He just has some kind of gastroenteritis. But he didn't let it go and chase him. Gabe hears the fear of my voice and stops whatever it is. But Goose just, I haven't gotten to that level in our relationship yet, but I'm hoping that's next. So, I hope y'all have a great day. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm going to look and see if you have any. Please ask. Let's see. Get the vaccine, and then said it may flare up my autoimmune disease. I've fought this for 3 years. Oh, I don't know. I would count on them and what they say, but I would not get it. And, this hurts. I mean, and this just looks awful. I mean, it's gotten to where, I'm just kind of glad I'm wearing a mask. I'm looking to see if y'all have any more questions, because I'm happy to answer them. I enjoy your questions. Let's see. I don't see the questions anymore. I don't talk clear. I understand that. Really, really see that. But if you have any, feel free to ask. Let's see. I don't see the questions anymore. I don't know where they went. I don't talk clear. I understand that. Really, really see that. I'm still looking. Let's see. But I'm happy to, really, if y'all have any, don't forget, I'm here to answer them. Let's see if I can see them. Do you have COVID? No, I do not have COVID. I don't know. how I've avoided it, but I wear a PAPR at work. I had the COVID vaccine, so that just shows you how unclear I am. I can't take the vaccine without making a video and swelling, and I can't imagine what people feel like that have it. But I do not have it, and I just had the first dose of the vaccine on Monday. The symptoms of the vaccine is just fatigue, like heavy fatigue and a headache and facial swelling where I've had fillers. And the solution is to take some allergy medicine, and like I'm taking Allegra and Tylenol PM, Tylenol and ibuprofen. And I'm just telling you that because I went and had it and thought, yay, and then I couldn't go to work the next day. So I think having that information empowers you and makes you feel comfortable. Knowledge makes you comfortable, even when it makes you uncomfortable, because you always somehow, there's some inner sense. And so it's nice to know, I think. Would you allow your son to get it? I don't think so. And the reason, my son had COVID, and really had no symptoms, and kids really don't have symptoms. I think some do, I understand that. I have a healthy child, and honestly, I think that he's 15, and he's an intelligent child. If he came to me and said, I want it, after I was content that he had read, which he would anyway, I would absolutely let him be a part of that decision. I wouldn't force that on him for anything. And if it's something he really wanted, I'm glad I'm not in that position, because it really hasn't. I think the youngest it was studied was 18. And there's just so much more going on in a 15-year-old. I mean, maybe it would calm him down for a day, but I didn't mean that, Mom. But I still think that until it's more, and I'm sure there'll be more studies in kids, but I spaced his vaccines out from the minute he was born. So, I know how that's looked upon, but I had a niece that had a lot of trouble with vaccines. So I spaced his out more. We went more, but I didn't let him get loaded up in them. So I think that, for me to get it means that I really have read it. And I've read everything, because I don't. You're awesome. Well, thanks. Will you get a second round? I will, because I'm so paranoid. Like, I haven't eaten inside of a restaurant except for once, and there was a dead fox on the wall. But I just haven't. It looked real. It looked like Gabe, like a little white puppy. I still see it in my dreams. So for everyone else that thinks that I've reacted to that fox, most people don't still see it. It was so traumatic to me because it was white. It was an Arctic fox. So that was the only time I've eaten in a restaurant. It's been a few months. I really haven't been anywhere. I'm scared to go anywhere. I wear a lot of protection at work. I am a freak to my staff, about doors and opening windows, and I think fresh air is the best. I've studied all the air and all the air purifiers, and I have really decided that the humidification is key, along with the air purifiers. I change my air filters every week. I'm obsessed with somebody in Purdue. Grant says it's not university. Whatever he says is not what I think it is, but I can't remember. Not approved for children. Right, I think it's 15. Gabe and Goose are in my bed. So I do think the Benadryl helps, absolutely. So I hope y'all have a great night and do something fun. And yeah, I would take it again. And I won't take a lot of things. Like, you know. Ask me any questions always. I'm happy to answer them and get your own information and be an advocate for yourself and help spread truth to other people. Like it always helps, you know, even when it's not like what you want to hear. Just need to know.